I was going to go JP poll here, but then I saw it and I said we can't actually reference that because that is garbage. So we're going to go the AP poll. And yeah, some of the team, I don't even. If you want to excuse it based on your mathematicians that are putting that together, that's great. But some of it's inexcusable. The lowest ranked AP team you still think can win a national championship? Okay. That's what I want to start with for you today.
Well, first off, it's the model. It's not me. Secondly, I had to pull the AP poll up. And I think even if you went JP or AP poll, I think the answer is the same team. So right now in the JP poll, I got North Carolina 20th, which admittedly I think is a little bit low. The AP has North Carolina at 17. North Carolina can still win a title. Not that I'm favoring them. Okay. They legitimately can do that. They have a strong enough quarterback. They've fortified their lines of scrimmage enough so they could be in this picture. Below them, what am I looking at? USC's got 2 losses. They're not going to win a title this year. And I don't know, Air Force, I mean, do we take Air Force seriously in the national title conversation? I don't. Salute Air Force. I don't. So I'm going North Carolina.
I love the fact that Drake May could get there and potentially take over a couple of games. I like their schedule the rest of the way. Yes, they're at, but I think it's more than manageable. I think they have Campbell up next. So they can absolutely get there with what's ahead of them, what the ACC is. I still just think lack of balance and the defense not on par to where it needs to be to win 2 of those games. Get there, yes. Win 2, no. So I'm going to stop at 15 and say LSU. Maybe the most dynamic offense in the country. I would have loved to have gone 16 and say Missouri. I just feel like there's a little something missing with Missouri right now. If we're talking about winning a national title, Brady Cook hasn't been as good the last couple of weeks. I love the run game. They get the stretch play going. The offensive line is playing good football. Armand Mimbu at right tackle, by the way. You guys need to watch him. He's a lot of fun to watch. No national championship caliber. Take over receiver, disruptive D-line. Like I said, there's a lot to like. LSU, another world offensively. And maybe going more even front, bringing Pete Jenkins in, not being a yard off the football. Maybe some of that stuff works for that defense. And that can actually just be enough for them if they were to get to that spot. They have some heavy lifting to do still on the schedule. But I'll stop at 15 and say LSU.
Wow, that's wild that the AP has LSU at 15 while the JP poll has them at 8. It's almost like one group of mathematicians knows what they're talking about, and another group's just sports writers who wrote LSU off a month ago. That's what it sounds like to me, and I'm unbiased. I have no dog in the fight here, obviously, other than one poll's named after me. Yeah. You know what's going to be fun, by the way.
Texas A&M at 15 also, which is completely.
Hey, but I got odds makers backing me up on this. You will see. In the coming weeks, you will see. Hey, you know what's going to be fun for everyone outside of Tuscaloosa? If LSU beats Bama next week, all of a sudden, people are going to have to.
That won't be fun for people in Tuscaloosa.
No, it won't. It won't. So Abner from Abbeville will take it very tough. But if they do that, they're actually in the playoff conversation, and no one realizes that because they're a 2-loss team. But if they don't lose again, that includes wins in Tuscaloosa. They got to beat JP top 15, Texas A&M. They will have beaten whomstever, Georgia, maybe in Atlanta. That's a playoff resume, especially when one of your losses is to Florida State. Like, that's a playoff resume. And your other loss is to who? Ole Miss. Ole Miss is top 25 by any discernible metric. I don't think people realize that because they just assume Bama's going to beat them. Oh, by the way, the line on that thing's 4.5 right now.
Yep. I think resume versus ranking, JP poll and AP poll is way out of whack. I think Oregon State's resume is better than people give it credit for. I think Utah's resume is better than people. I think the Ole Miss resume is actually a little bit better than people give it credit for. There's a couple wins on there, like Tulane on the road, that no one's going to say is a good win, but I actually believe that it is. I think Louisville has a better resume than a lot of people are going to give them credit for. So there's still a lot of that. And listen, it's always going to happen. The brand recognition and the logo that's going to put teams further ahead of maybe where they should be. But the good news is a lot of these teams are going to play each other down the stretch. We got awesome football coming up the next couple weeks.